I want to talk about a special type of 3D shapes called prisms. Now I'll call this one here, that's the front face. I'll call this one the front face. It's a triangle. And look what happens if I change the depth. Right, it's a triangle. That triangular face is consistent all the way through. This one I'll call a triangular prism. Another shape. Here's that triangular prism again. You can see that cross section, the triangle, it's consistent, same size, same shape all the way through. You can look at it in a different way, in a different direction. You can see it goes all the way through, same size, same shape. And this one is commonly known as a cylinder. Now watch what happens. Right, you can see it's circular all the way through. So I could call this a circular prism because it's a circle all the way through. Just like with the previous shapes, you've seen it was a triangle all the way through. We call these, give these a special type of name for these 3D shapes. We call them prisms. Right, you'll know this as a cuboid. Right, I'm highlighting with the cursor, the mouse cursor. I'm highlighting the front face. You can see it's the same all the way through. That rectangular face, front face, goes all the way through the shape. So you can call this one a rectangular prism if you want, but we normally call it a cuboid. Now here's that cuboid again, what we called a rectangular prism. You can see it's the same cross section all the way through. We call this, if you see this shaded part here in orange, we call it the cross section. It's consistent all the way through. Now you can clearly see why this one is not a prism. Yes, it's a sphere, but it's not classed as a prism. Because if you look at the cross section, it starts off like a dot where the paper, if you like, just touches the sphere, and then you can see that circular shape as that paper is cutting through the sphere. It's different shape. Well, it's the same shape, circular, but it's different size. Therefore, it's not a prism. What do you think this one will be? A prism or not a prism? You can see the cross section changes size. It's not a prism. You might want to challenge this and say, well, the cylinder, circular prism, it's not a prism. Because you would take this paper, cut it through it, and you can see that cross section is changing size. That's the biggest rectangle it can be when it cuts through it, and then it gradually disappears. Right, you can see there, like that. There. So you might want to argue to say, oh, that's not a prism, because for it to be a prism, the cross section has to be the same size all the way through. But that's not the point. The point is, you could have tilted this paper the other way and then found that the cross section is consistent all the way through. You just have to find a way to find the cross section to be consistent for that shape to be classed as a prism. There, so I found a way. It's circular and it's consistently of the same size, same circle, same size all the way through. And now that we have found a way for the cross section to be consistent all the way through, we can class it as a prism.